here we are with the little magazine, and this is this year's Festive edition. And I always like the covers, you know, it's kind of lovely. It's always a nice, deep, luxurious red and bits of dark green, all those lovely festive colours that we know and love so well. I did say it was Aldi earlier on to somebody, but it's actually Lidl. And the obligatory kind of opening is, I call it Lidl. That's what we call it in this area of the northeast of England. I know some people call it LIDL, and some people call it Lidl, but we just call it Lidl. Lidl. So I hope I don't offend anybody, but that's what we call it, so that's how I will refer to it in this video. So, yeah, so this is free to everybody, and it's always a great read. It just gives you a few ideas, and yeah, it's always great to see what is on offer. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up and see what is on offer. Oh, one thing I thought I would do is, yes, of course, we'll have a glance at things on each page, but we will also pick one item that I think I will buy. Just a bit of fun. Shall we begin? Okay, let's do this. So there we go, we get this cool kind of centre spread as page 1, and it kind of gives a bit of a glance of all the lovely things which are available. Now we get hero gifts, super starters, which will be all the appetizers, etc. Hopefully you can read that from here. Then we have centerpiece roasts. This would be all the nice meats. Then we have sensational sides, winning trimmings, freezer pleasers, sweet treats, party nibbles, Christmas cheer, gifts galore, and festive foliage. And that is what we have. I'll just bring that closer here so you can see it. There we go. And nice little intro here. We wish you a Merry Christmas, a bountiful Boxing Day. Now I know a lot of people in the US don't observe Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas Day. But here in the UK, it is a public holiday just as much as it isn't Christmas Day. But not everybody kind of observes it. That was a side note, by the way. And plentiful parties across the season. Inside, you'll find over 50 pages to help you plan it all. But what makes Christmas so special? Maybe it's the things that feel closest to home. The people, the traditions, the mince pies, obviously. Maybe it's the thoughtfully chosen gifts they'll actually use. Or even the £5 stocking filler that earns a grin. And of course, it's mainly the food, the centerpiece roast, with the applause or a homemade side dish that almost steals the show. Really, it's that we find, share and enjoy more of what we truly value with those we value most. That's why our festive range is fairly priced, so you can spend the leftover pounds on what matters, making more smiles, laughter and stories for the ages. We've packed this issue with clever ideas to help your money go further and make moments that mean more, getting the most from every well-spent second. Now that is more to value. And of course, more to value is the slogan for Lidl. More to value. And I've just finished work for the day and I'm starving, and looking at some of these roasts are absolutely mouth-watering. Shall we start? So the idea is we'll have a browse, but we'll also have a look to see what I would buy from each page more than the others. So here are gifts that save the day. So whether it's for under the tree or destined for a stocking, these standout festive favourites bring joy without the overspend. Now that's value you can unwrap with delight. So these are gift ideas. There's a pizza novelty, start that again. There's a Parkside novelty pizza cutter, and it looks like a kind of a work tool that a guy would use. Pretty cute. It's £2.99 and a great thing, just a silly thing to open. What's this one? This is a hand cream that's rich, silky, and not £20. It's a Christmas miracle and perfect stocking filler for the beauty obsessed, and that's only £2.49. There is some sweets to share. Get 2 gifts in one with these mini plush animals with the chocolate treats. So it's kind of like a little Rudolph there with his red nose. This is a perfect pamper set for £4.99. And I guess it's going to be, there's an eye mask in there, there's going to be bubble bath and kind of maybe exfoliator and cleanser and what's the word I'm trying to find? Moisturizer, yeah, of course. That could be a contender for me. We have a bottle of alcohol there, and that is a liqueur. So Christmas is all about kind of liqueurs, but this is Dunkelgan Irish Country Cream, so it's a bit like a Bailey's, nice over ice, and that's not a bad price really. And there's some nice all butter Scottish shortbread for £4.99. That's a really good gift to buy somebody. These are loaf cakes. You can get chocolate orange or a speculoos. Speculoos, I'm not quite sure what speculoos is, but it does look quite nice. A lot of these will be kind of European, and they get a lot of kind of international flavours in that I'm not altogether acquainted with. Dates to pick, dates to tick and gifts to pick. The chocolates with toys, there's Christmas lights in little gift size presents. There is a big toy event taking place on the 27th of November, but we're kind of already out of November now, so we can only really look at the December ones. So what have we got for December? We've got a Grinch clothing and Christmas dining on the 4th of December. We've got, there's the Grinch clothing, Christmas dining, so there's glasses there, there's cutlery, there's tumblers. On the 11th of December there's last minute gifting. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'm sure we'll come across it in the magazine itself. And that looks like My Little Pony style thing. A dartboard, some kind of Lego, some books, and Christmas bouquets on the 18th of December. So what would I buy on here? Well, this kind of doesn't count because it's just a calendar. But if I was to buy a gift on this page, I think I would go for the shortbread. It'll be in a nice tin. I do like the look of the tin with the stag on there, and sure it would be delicious, so I would probably say go for that if I was buying a gift. What about you? What would you pick? Yes, I agree with you. A great present for sure. Okay, so here we are on some food, and this is Merry Mouthfuls for every taste. Celebrate Christmas with spectacular starters made to please every palate and every pocket. Now that's value you can bring to the table. So what have we got here? I just love entrees. I love, you can really get some palate busting little flavours. So we've got some Chef Select 16 mini blinis. I'm not quite sure what they are, but they look like kind of canapes, a little bit like those Australian crackers that I tried last week, but these are presented so much nicely than what I did. But it looks like they've got some cheese on there with some kind of salmon maybe. Yeah, it is, look there. Deluxe smoked salmon with beetroot with gold dusting, fig and Christmas 5-piece. So I bet that is really nice, and quite cheap as well, and perfect for guests. And looking down on this side, we've got some premium quiche, which is turkey, smoked bacon and stuffing, brie and cranberry, and that's a 400 gram. That's for £3.29. We've got a large cheese bake, which is mature cheddar, mozzarella and chorizo and vintage cheddar for £5.99. Yeah, all sounds great, and not badly priced, to be fair. And on this side we have deluxe raw Scottish langoustines, and there they are. If that's your palate, that is, and that's £7.99. We have a deluxe prawn cocktail, which is kind of a very popular starter at the Christmas table here in the UK. Made popular in the 1970s, of course. But yeah, great with a bit of lettuce, fresh lettuce. It is prawns in rosemary sauce and a little bit of lemon, and it looks like there's some cucumber in there, and you serve these in these dessert bowls. And here we have a nice side of salmon, and again this is Scottish, smoked Scottish side of salmon. So what would I go for on this? I would probably go for these, because dinner is going to be big. I think it's really good to have an entree or a starter as just a palate pleaser, something light that's not going to be too heavy. So I do think the quiches might be just a little bit on the heavy side for me, that is. And even though these are lovely, and I do love prawn cocktail, I do think I'd opt for those, just a nice platter of those, with maybe some different toppings, but I think that would be really nice. What about you? What would you go for? You'd go for the salmon. Yeah, good choice, good choice. Most expensive on here at £9.99, but still a great choice. Let's see if there's more starters on the next page. These are the meats. So these are unbeatable feasts for a Christmas dinner that's a celebration, not a splurge. Head in store for tasty buys at even tastier value. We won't be beaten on price. So what have we got here? So we've got a birchwood whole lamb leg there. If lamb is your meat, lamb's a very nice meat. Indeed, I do like a bit of lamb. We have a birchwood medium basted turkey crown, which serves 7 to 10 people. And we have a medium whole turkey if you've got more people. This serves 8 to 10 people. tasting, and it's lovely when it's nice and succulent. So let's just have a look at a bit more of that detail there. They also are available in small and large. Same with the turkey crown. And on this side here, we've got a Birchwood double XL British beef roasting joint. So that is beef. That looks very, very nice indeed. And this is lighthouse-based salmon side. And that serves 6 to 8 people. And sorry I didn't mention, but the roast beef serves from 9 to 14 people. So depending on what size table you have. But I think I would go for, with my circumstances, which is 2 sisters, mother. So let's think, there's 2. I'd probably go for the turkey crown. That's what I would go for, the turkey crown, just for the numbers of people that we have around the table, and again, just not having too much waste. The turkey crown would do us really nicely. But what about you? What would you go for this entire page? You go for the beef. Good choice, good choice. You have a lot more people than I do, by the sounds of it. But that's a great choice. You know, and the way I feel right now, I could just demolish all of this if it was in front of me now. Yeah. How many do you have for lunch, for Christmas dinner? How many people do you have around the table? And most importantly, when do you eat your Christmas dinner? Do you eat it during the day, or do you have it on an evening, kind of, you know, say kind of early evening? After all, it is Christmas dinner, but my family tend to do it about 2 p.m, 3 p.m. Generally speaking, that's what we do. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, it's more meats actually, so we've got more choice here. We've got a Birchwood medium basted turkey crown, which serves 8 to 10 people. It doesn't actually give you an idea of price, but I guess it depends on the size that you go for. And here is a large turkey crown. Look at that one. And on this side we have a self-basting turkey with giblets. And this medium whole turkey serves 8 to 10 people. So again, depending on what you are kind of going for, and the size of your party, and even dressing the table is another kind of thing that we have to really plan. It can get really tricky. I hosted last year and it was really stressful, I must admit, and I'm kind of pleased that this year I'm taking a back seat and just turning up at my sister's. There is a size turkey guide, so if you have up to 5 people, it recommends a 3 to 4 kilogram whole turkey. If you have a 6 to 7 people, it recommends a 4 to 5 kilograms whole turkey. In 8 to 9 people, kind of, which is where we are, it suggests a 5 to 6 kilogram whole turkey. And for 10 to 12 people, it recommends a 6 to 7 kilogram whole turkey. So yes, again, I would probably go for the turkey crown, the large turkey crown. What about you? Any difference on this page? Yeah, about the same. And we're still with the kind of big centerpiece roasts here, and gammon, or a ham, as some people call it. So we've got a gammon in clementine glaze there. I do like a nice ham for dinner as well. sometimes cook one in ginger ale. It used to take me hours to kind of make it, and I used to love it. I used to put the cloves in and the glaze. Yeah, really, really nice. I haven't done it for years though, but that serves up to 10 people. This is a deluxe Aberdeen Angus beef roasting joint which serves 9 to 14 people. That looks really succulent as well. We've got goose. This is £11.99. Goose is something which was once very, very much the centrepiece of a table, especially in Victorian days. And it doesn't tend to be as popular these days, but maybe still is for some people. We've got a whole lamb leg there as well. And we've also got a slow cooked beef shin with red wine and bone marrow jus. That sounds really nice. And what's this one? This is a deluxe orange honey and thyme Scottish salmon joint. That looks really nice. I just love how it looks like it's falling apart there. And we have here 2 stuffed sea bass fillets. If seafood is your thing, it doesn't tend to be mine, to be honest. I'm sure I'd love it, but maybe not for the Christmas table. But some people would always think about that. We have a sausage and cranberry wreath, which I presume is this. Interesting, and it's vegan for any of our relatives or family members or friends who are vegetarian. That's a good option, because let's face it, vegetarian and vegan options are now just fantastic. It's nowhere like it used to be. This one here is a no turkey crown with cranberry sauce, so it's kind of a fake turkey. Yeah, that would be interesting to try, and that is £4.99. A vegan no turkey and cranberry brie and butternut squash. I bet that's really nice. Really surprising how tasty these are. So the question is, what would you go for on here? Well, I would probably go for some of the vegan options, just to have as a backup in case anybody came along who was vegan. I'd probably go for the turkey crown and cranberry sauce, just so they didn't feel as if they were missing out, and we've got them covered. That's what I would go for. £4.99. What about yourself? You go for the goose. Good choice. £11.99, and again, something that just adds a little bit of a different flavour to the table. Oh, here we go. Sensational sides. Turn homemade sides into irresistible sensations and let the tussles over Brussels begin. Now that's value you can revel in. And there's some dishes there. Look, there's a brown sugar glazed carrots with goat's cheese. Oh, that sounds delicious. That definitely sounds up my street. Here is a crispy smashed potatoes with a festive pesto. And we have parsnip mash with smoky butter. Yum, all sounds amazing. And there is a sweet and sour sprouts. I used to hate sprouts as a kid. I just couldn't abide them. They were just vile, but as I've grown up, I absolutely adore them now. Isn't it funny how your taste buds change as you get older? And the great thing is, these are all vegan, which is really cool. Amazing. I'm all for eating vegan things, I really am. Some of them are just so good now, you would never even question the fact that they didn't have any meat in them. Now there's no prices on these. Yeah, no prices. There's a bit about sprouts. Maybe how to create the best sprouts. So what would you choose? dishes. You can go first this time. You go for the smashed potatoes with festive pesto. Interesting choice. I would probably go for the sprouts, sweet and sour sprouts. I'm just curious to see what they taste like. Yeah, I do like them, and I love how you can see the different things in there. I'm just curious. Brimming with trimmings. Oh, look at this, wowzer. So this gets a good rating from the Good Housekeeping Institute, which is taste approved for 2025. So there is deluxe 10 pigs and blankets, a bargain. If they are, it doesn't tell you how much they are. In fact, it's the chutney that's £1.49. The chutney. There might be a guide of telling you the price of them. Yeah, there is. They've all got numbers on them. I'm sure we'll come across a guide that will have all of them there. But pigs in blankets, we've also got deluxe 10 flavoured pigs in blankets with honey and mustard and maple. Wow, I bet they are super tasty. There they are there. And oh, here we go for foot-long pigs in blankets. And there is meat-free pigs in blankets, which is number 4, which is this one here. So again, nobody gets left out, which is really cool, which I really love that idea. And there's that festive chutney there, which looks really tantalising. Look at that. What's in that? So it's got Bloody Mary salsa, festive fruit and brandy, or onion and ale. Again, I'm curious to try everything, so I think if I was being honest, I'd probably go for the onion and ale. Give that a try. But other than that, I would go for the pigs and blankets. Let's try the deluxe 10 flavoured pigs and blankets. What about yourself? What would you choose? You would go for the vegan ones. Why not? Yeah, I bet they taste just as good as the real thing. And what here is the blurb here. So these ultimate crowd pleasers are at the heart of every Christmas get-together. So watch your guests come back for more. Now that's value too good to miss. Yeah, and what's these here? These are chutneys. I'm not the biggest fan of chutney, to be fair. I know I did say that looked good. But these ones here, which is caramelized onion, spiced apple and pear, jalapeno chili jam, and there is an apple sauce, which is perfect for pork. I guess it's good to have on a buffet, but I don't know. I tend to get chutneys and they end up being in the fridge for like a year and I end up throwing it out. Great with crackers, great with cheeses. I should give it a bit more kind of love and attention, I think. Right, let's have a look on the next one. What's this? Catching batching at Christmas. So the value of batch cooking at Christmas lies not just in the money saved, but in being able to spend less time cooking and more time enjoying the festivities with your nearest and dearest. And yeah, this is Suzanne Mulholland, who is on TV, and she's known as the Batch Lady, where she helps a struggling household find meal times a daily battle, and they analyse every meal eaten, every minute wasted, and every pound spent. Along with clever hacks and monthly meal plans, we see them successfully cut costs, save time, and create easy batched cooked meals for the freezer from one little shop a week. Yeah, that's great. And it's on Channel 4, which is a UK channel, and there's a festive special, and it's called Batch from Scratch. I'll look out for that actually. What's this here? This is some kind of advert. So question, what can I serve over between Christmas that's easy and affordable yet feels quite celebratory? So these are just a few ideas. There's a festive lobster mac and cheese, there's lobster tails, there's mature white grated cheddar. So these are the ingredients to make the festive lobster mac and cheese. So it's a recipe. It took me a while to kind of click on there. Okay, here we are at the desserts, the sweet thing. So it's called Sweeten the Deal. Treat yourself to puds and pies and cakes and bakes that hit the sweet spot right through to Boxing Day. Now that's value you can indulge in. Wow, look at this bad boy. For £9.99 you can get a Winter Wonderland cheesecake, and that looks absolutely stunning. Just look at the design there and how it looks like a little village all dusted with ice and looks snowy. But what's in it? It's a Wonderland cheesecake, so it's got chocolate ganache, chocolate cream, caramel and a digestive base. Look at that. That looks absolutely yummy, yummy, yummy. I think that's going to be hard to beat for me personally. I'll have a look at these ones obviously as well, but they are stunning. Is that what's on the front? It is. Yeah. They normally showcase their kind of showstopper, but that looks absolutely stunning. I think I'm going to go for that one. But you could get these as well and decorate around that. So these are Christmas Express. I'm sure these were in last year's, but these are Belgian chocolates and caramel, white chocolate and lemon. And they look absolutely stunning. Just look at it. You can see how it's just going to fall apart there. And for £4.99, that is a steal. So wait a minute, that's actually £6.99. So it was £9.99. So with Little Plus, which is some kind of a membership or subscription, you get it for £6.99. So a lot of UK stores are now doing these loyalty kind of cards where you can get a discount. It saves you definitely. There is a deluxe cheesecake, which is white chocolate and raspberry, spice biscuit and salted caramel, and that looks absolutely yummy, yummy. There is a deluxe sponge crown, which is Belgian chocolate sticky toffee, and that is £7.99, and there it is there. Looks amazing. And this one here is caramelized biscuit and cinnamon tear and share dough balls for £2.99. That looks amazing. Yeah, there's something here for everybody. Here we are, Christmas puddings now. Is Christmas puddings a thing where you are? Because I know the US don't really do Christmas puddings, and correct me if I'm wrong. But Christmas puddings is kind of a UK staple. And you pour it with brandy cream over it, and you set it on fire and have the flames kind of burning, which you can see just there. You see that? So we've got Christmas pudding 6-month matured. So the idea is the longer you leave it, the tastier it is, but it is alcohol infused. But I guess you can get some which are alcohol free. But that's 89p, which is super cheap. You can get a 6-month matured medium. That's a mini. So if there's just one person, one or two people maybe. But this is a medium, which is £1.99, and this is a £3.99 large version. And not a lot of people in my family are lovers of Christmas pudding. I've developed a bit of a taste for it, but I didn't historically like it as a kid. And there is the thick brandy cream. So not really bad. You can have, your fix, your sweet fix there if you like Christmas puddings for less than £5, which is really, really cheap. Mince pies. Oh, mince pies are just something which I adore. Now, mince pies again are a big staple of the UK's palate at Christmas. So these are sweet, spiced and packed with savings. These festive favourites deliver big flavour without breaking the bank. Now that's value worth celebrating. And these are mince pies. You get 6 in a pack and they are £1.25. And again, they are lovely warmed up in the oven, so the sweet crust pastry is just kind of warm and just crumbles, and the lovely spiced sweet inside is again warm and again lovely with a bit of pouring cream on, or brandy cream. I absolutely love them, but hated them as a kid. Okay, which one would you buy? Again, if not your palate, this whole thing is all sweet, spicy, kind of a very strange taste for anybody who's not used to them. But which one would you buy? Mince pies, yeah, I'm going to join you there. As much as I love this, I would rather have a mince pie any day. So I'm with you there. Stollen Moments, which is a German sweetbread, capture the warmth and magic of the spice-scented festive markets at home with traditional German biscuits and bites packed with seasonal flavour. Now that's value you can curl up with. So this is beautiful, and I might have mentioned this last year, but I had a German friend who used to make a stollen for me every year and bring it to work all wrapped up for me. Absolutely delicious. There's things like marzipan, and it's got a very, very unique flavour. But let's see what's kind of on offer here. So this is stollen pandules. I do apologise if I don't pronounce these correctly. I'm not good with German at all. So I will try my best, but they're £1.99 and they are marzipan, hazelnuts, caramel and almond and poppy seeds. Poppy seeds. Sounds really nice, and that's really reasonable at £1.99. This is Lübecker marzipan bites, which is classic and it has rum in it. £1.99. Never tasted it, so I wouldn't know. It would be a guess for me to try that, and just a gamble if I would like it. This is Nürnberger Lebkuchen. Again, terrible pronunciation. Which is chocolate coated and glazed, £2.99. And there's the mince pies that were on the previous page, and they're £1.25. That's the same ones. So these are marzipan stollen bites, which is baked apple classic chocolate cream for £2.99, and for this one here at £4.99 it is marzipan chocolate rounds, so more like a biscuit with plum and Madeira, cherry and orange. I think if I was to choose one from here, I would probably go for this one, which is this kind of loaf. I love the fact that it's hazelnuts, caramel and almond and poppy seeds. I would probably go for that one. What about yourself? Yeah, the chocolate rounds, you go for those. Why not? They're £4.99, which is the most expensive one on there, but they do look good. But I'm not the greatest marzipan fan, to be fair. I can tolerate it in very, very small, but if is really nice. It's not too overpowering at all. And what is this? We're now going to Italy, which is the all of these are the lovely cakes. Panettone. So this one here, which is number one is this one here, and that is a deluxe mini panettone, which is £1.79. And the second one here is a chocolate mini panettone with bits of chocolate in it for £1.49. Number 3 is a classic Pandoro. Again, apologies to any Italian friends who are shouting at the screen. I probably got the pronunciation wrong, but that is £5.99. Obviously a little bit bigger than the other ones. And panettone £6.99, and that is 4. Now that looks really nice. You can see the chocolate kind of just oozing out of the middle there, and it's all coated on the top. Number 5 is, I'm presuming it's this one. Which is £6.99, and it's a deluxe tiramisu style panettone. I bet that's really nice. I do like tiramisu, which is very coffee flavoured. And this one here is panettone with pistachios for £8.99. Again, these ones don't have a number on them, so I'm not sure. There we go, sorry. This one here is a deluxe panettone for £5.99. But those two there are not actually listed, or they're not shown unless they're on the other page. If I was to pick one from here, I think I'd go for this one, which is the chocolate panettone. Again, I am a chocolate fan. I love panettone. I think that one would do nicely for me, but what about you? You'd go for this one. Yeah, the Deluxe Classico. It looks very nice, and you can see the nuts and the fruit all in there. It looks very tasty, doesn't it? And what's this? This is more sweet things. This is Dubai chocolate for £3.99. I'm a big fan of Dubai chocolate. I really enjoyed those few bars I had recently when I did the taste test. The one in the garden in the summer, that was absolutely off the scale delicious. I wasn't so keen on the Halloween style one I had, but that looks really nice. It's £3.99, and it is 122 gram bar. This is a deluxe pistachio spread for £1.79. I bet that's really nice. What would you spread it on though? I can see there that maybe put it on crackers or some kind of breadstick. I don't know if I would. I tend to think of pistachio as a bit sweet. And chocolate balls. These look really nice. So they have pistachio paste inside of them. Looks really nice. And of course, Dubai chocolate is very pistachio based as well. But those chocolate balls come in those little cute wrappers there. It kind of makes them look like sprouts a little bit. And on this one we have all butter cinnamon nuts at number 1, which is those here. So these are all very pastries, caramel sticks with cinnamon. Sound really yummy actually. Then here we've got a rose and lemon Turkish delight number 2, which is those ones there. A Turkish delight. Are you a fan of Turkish delight? I think I'm okay with Turkish delight. I don't absolutely love it, but I can certainly taste it and accept it. Number 3 is a deluxe nougat, which is number 3. And here it is here, a deluxe nougat, and it's got hot almond and hazelnut, exotic fruit, fruits of the forest, dark chocolate Bronx baklava assortment. I'm not quite sure what they are, but they look very tasty, look very kind of pastry based, but they look really yummy, and they're only £2.99. And here is the Belgian chocolate biscuit selection, which is number 5, which is not actually on. Oh, there it is. My apologies, it's at the very top there. So there's the lovely Belgian chocolates biscuits. So, which one would you go for? Which one would you go for? Decisions. I guess we have to decide after the whole page itself. I'm torn actually between the Belgian chocolate biscuits and those chocolate balls with a pistachio. I think they'd be really tasty, so I'd be happy to flick a coin and see what I end up with. But that's not bad at £4.99. It's not bad at all. But what about yourself? What would you go for? You go for the nougat. Great decision, and you know what? It's something different as well. Because let's face it, there is a lot of chocolate flying around during the Christmas season, and it's something just different. But I also like the look of these nuts as well. Very good. Shall we move on? And this one's called Unwrap a Little Joy, which is leave a Flavorina treat out for Santa on Christmas Eve, and you might just go straight to the top of his nice list. Now that's value you can fill a stocking with. So these are the cutesy things to leave out for Santa on Christmas Eve. Perfect for stocking fillers as well. So what do we have here? So Flavorina is Lidl's kind of internal brand, I presume, because it's everywhere, Flavorina. And that is the logo there, Flavorina. So you get these cute foil wrapped hollow Santas, which you can just have as a stocking filler. Really cute for the kids or to leave out for Santa. We also have chocolate coins and notes. That's cute. So again, British coins with you take the foil off and it's a solid chocolate inside. And these notes, English banknotes, are all edible and full of chocolate. So they're only £1.99, which again is just a good little kind of thoughtful stocking filler. This one here, which is Flavorino Melamacarona. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but these look like some kind of biscuit. And Spectaculars, Flavorina Spectaculars, again looks like a biscuit, but it looks very luxury biscuit. And here on this side we have the classic tins of sweets that we all buy here in the UK. So we've got Cadbury's Heroes, Cadbury's Roses, Mars Celebrations, and Nestle Quality Street. I've done videos on all of these and tasted them. I'll stick them on the screen if you ever want to watch them, but I'm sure I've done all of them, or a couple of them, I'm not sure, but I will share it and put it on the screen, all in order, and feel free to kind of jump in and have a look at those. It's always great to watch at Christmas because they are a Christmas staple. So what would you buy? I'm not going to include these because these are kind of a great gift, but let's go for this Flavorina range. What would you buy? I would buy the chocolate coins because I think they are a good novelty for a stocking filler. And you would go for the chocolate Santa. Yeah, I do think it's very kind of nice and traditional looking, isn't it? Good choice, but I'm sure all of these are this is more spread, less spend. So these are again back to savoury things now. So these are this is party food. You've got people coming round, you want to just put a bit of a spread out and people can help themselves. These are great choices. Sometimes if we're watching a movie on the run up to Christmas, we might have a kind of something like this. Cute little things, you know, palate tasters if you like. They don't fill you, but if you get a few of them, you know, you can have a bit of a night, and it's quite nice trying different things. So here at number 1, we've got these festive parcels. So these are turkey, 4 cheese and cranberry. Yum, yum, yum. I just know I would love those. And you can see the lovely filling inside. Look at that. Perfect for like a December evening, sitting in the house. It doesn't even have to be at Christmas. It could be the run-up to Christmas, or even the in-between time, between Christmas and New Year. And on this one we have deluxe 8 king prawns in duvets. So a bit like a pig in blanket, but with prawns. And looking at that, they look quite yummy too. I just love the presentation of these, and I'm presuming you get the dip with there as well. It looks kind of like you do get that dip in the bowl there. $3.99. It's an absolute steal. And at number 3 here you get fish and crab baskets. How interesting. Fish and crab baskets, and again it comes with this really cool packaging. I'd be willing to give that one a go. And these ones here, number 4 is deluxe pork belly bites. So if you like pork, they come in those little bites. You know what, you could just pick up all of them just for that special little night. On this side we have tempura king prawns, which is this one here, which look great. So these are with a sweet chili dip and a sriracha dip, if I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this one here is deluxe 8 prawn toasties. So it looks like it's 2 bits of kind of bread, some kind of deep fried bread with prawns in the middle. Prawn toast, but these are called toasties because that's kind of like a sandwich. And again, it looks like you get the dips inside of these. I would gladly go through all of it, to be honest. And on this one here we have prawn and vegetable dim sum. Not quite sure what that is. Prawn and vegetable. Looks really nice. And this one here is prawn and vegetable bio buns. And again, a very festive kind of presentation with puddings and reindeer faces. It makes them look like desserts, but they are savoury. So what would you go for? Bit of a difficult one because yeah, they would kind of form a whole spread if you like, but I think if I had to choose one of them, I would go for these. Number 1, I would go for these deluxe festive parcels with turkey, 4 cheese and cranberry. I just know that I would absolutely demolish those. What about yourself? Oh, that's interesting. You'd go for the fish and chip baskets. I said crab earlier on. I don't know why I said crab. It's fish and chip baskets. I do apologise. Why did I think it was crab? Wow, never mind, but fish and chip basket. So it's kind of a fish and chip sandwich. Yeah, very British indeed. So you'd go for those. We could just buy everything and just set this out on the whole table and just taste test everything. Imagine that. And some more great party food. We've got spring rolls at one these before actually. So they're like parcels almost. So they're duck and vegetable. We've got cheese bites at number 4, which is those ones here. Again, just put them in a little bowl. People will help themselves. It'll be really nice. We've got mini bigs at number 5, which is, and it's these ones, the mini bigs at number 5, and they are chicken, bacon and cranberry, steak, cheese and onion. They sound very nice, very filling as well. Very, very pastry based. And at number 6, it's these ones here, which is the chicken and vegetable gyozas. So what would you go for on this page? You go for these here. So these are the mini bakes with the bacon and cranberry, the chicken, steak, cheese and onions, all assorted flavours. Great choice. You know what? There's different flavours for everybody's palate. I would probably go for the number 4, which is the cheese bites. So these are mozzarella and sweet chilli, brie and cranberry. I'd go for those. But I must admit, everything looks absolutely yummy, yummy, yummy. And these are all the sharers. So we've got at number 1, we've got these here, which are Aromas Delsa meat crisps, which is serrano ham, chorizo and pancetta. £1.99. At number 2 we have Aromas Delsa abrico chorizo slices. At number 2, that's them there. Look really nice. And at number 3 we have the Aromas Delsa mini chorizo and mini fouette. Not sure if I'm pronouncing these right. I do apologise once again. And how do they look? Sometimes you just go on how they look. That's them there in this bowl there. We've got ham Grand Reserva. Again, horribly pronounced. But that is those ones there. I'm not familiar with any of these, to be honest. These are cabanossi, which I have had before, and that's those ones there, which is chili and cheese flavour. And this one is a meat platter with the Iberico cheese, which is this one. So what would you go for out of those? Which would you go for? I would go for the platter, the meat platter. It just looks so pretty, lots of different colours there as well. What about you? You go for the platter too. Great choice. Yeah, I think that's a really good bargain at £6.99 too. So this is all Spanish. It's almost like a tapas, isn't it? I should have mentioned it was Spain, but yeah, it's all tapas. And it looks very nice. And again, here we have perfect pairings. We have, this is now alcohol. So it's cheeses and wines and what kind of goes with the other. I'm not a wine drinker, unfortunately. I just don't really bother with it. But the cheeses here look delicious. There is a premium cheddar there, which is that one. There is a deluxe cheese bake number 2, which looks like that. It's red Leicester and cider, mature cheddar, cranberry and sausage, mature cheddar and fried onion. That sounds really yummy. That would be really nice to have. What would you have with it? Some crackers maybe? I'm trying to think what I would pair up with that. But I wouldn't necessarily think of wine personally. At number 3, it's this lovely deluxe blended cheese. such as truffle and black pepper, mature cheddar with balsamic onion star, smoked cheddar Christmas tree, cheddar with black garlic round, and vintage cheddar snowflake. So it comes in these funky designs which look great on your table. And with wines, yeah, so you've got some Garvey here, which pairs well with sage and onion cheese bake. So it's actually pairing up with the cheeses. And this one here, which is peanut, pairs well with Wensleydale blended cheese. Yeah, I'm not big on wines at all. I find them hard to pronounce as well, to be honest. But these are reasonably priced. I won't go into the wines. The pronunciations will be absolutely terrible, apart from the obvious ones, of course. And again, you know, we're looking at different Sauvignon Blanc and Shiraz, which I know is a red wine. It's just not my drink, and these are all the Proseccos and champagnes, which are again reasonably priced. Yeah, very nice. And these are Chardonnays and Pinot Grigio. Again, not bad price at all. These are Pinots and Rosés. Yeah. The bottles look absolutely amazing. And we're into spirits now, and again, I never touch spirits. So we've got brandy, we've got gin, we've got whiskey, but these come with a lot of awards as well, the brandy awards, and so they are really decent. We've got some rums there, and we've also got some vodkas and gins. I don't touch any of this stuff either. I like beers, I like ABAs and IPAs, but I'm not a drinker of spirits. I do apologise if you are. And these are sort of cutesy, these are kind of cutesy Bailey style tiramisu, toffee yum yum and chocolate brownie. So these are kind of a liqueur which you would have on the rocks. Again, the bottles look absolutely lovely, something you could gift even to somebody. This is rums, caramel, salted caramel rum and a vanilla rum. £16.99, which is not bad. And these are more gins and vodkas again. Very attractive looking bottles, I must admit. Whiskies, not bad priced at all. Scotch whiskies. I'm not a whiskey drinker. It's probably the bottom of my barrel when it comes to drinking whiskey. I do like the Irish whiskey, triple distilled whiskey. It's just very soft and easy on the palate, but these tend to be a bit smoky, but again they look so classy in these lovely little tubes that the bottle comes in. Now this is more my bag, just a nice beer. So we've got an IPA there, which is a Hatherwood Green IPA, £1.49. We've got a Golden Goose Gold IPA, which is 4.1, and that one is 5%, so that one's quite strong actually, the Green Gecko IPA, and that one there, the Birra Italiana, is £1.49 and is a 5%, so quite strong beers, but I bet they're really nice. What are these? Cordials, elderberry and ginger cordial for £2.49. Make your own hamper. You get diffusers and just great ideas to make your hamper, and all reasonably priced as well. And on this side, it's the little Christmas. You get hats there, you get Christmas jumpers and Christmas socks, and £1 goes to the NSPCC, which is the children's charity that we have here. I don't know anybody who has walked around wearing anything like this, but I'm not sure if I would, to be honest. But it might be a bit of a laugh. But Christmas jumpers, a women's Christmas jumper, but again, it's a good cause, and they donate £1. Yeah. So, and the last one here, second from last, is some toys. So again, some coloured pencils, because Lidl does sell quite a bit of random things. And there is all sorts of things here. They look like a good coloured pencil set. Looks really good, but there's Peppa Pig, truck, spirograph. Do you remember that back in the 70s when you could make all those amazing patterns? That's still going, and that's £11.99. A Hot Wheels monster truck. So there's some really good presents here. Duplo, which is the early Lego. My little 2-year-old nephew is loving Duplo. He loves to build things and destroy things. And yeah, on this one it's Christmas decorations, so you get these wreaths, £11.99. I don't bother with a wreath on my front door because my front door isn't facing the main road, it's actually on the side of the house. So I think the effect is kind of gone because my front door isn't visible. And again, Christmas bouquets. If you are invited to Christmas dinner this year, it's always nice to take a little something with you as an appreciation of gratitude. Take a nice bouquet of fresh flowers, and you get these lovely festive versions as well. So it's always a nice thing to carry along. And here they even do Christmas trees. So we got Nordic fir trees. Yeah, they look really nice. I actually haven't had a real tree for a long time now. It's been about 10 years, probably more than 10 years. But I do like the smell of a real Christmas tree too. It's an unmistakable smell. But yeah, I've just got this artificial one that I've had for many, many years, and I just put it up last night, and it looks great. I put the Philips Hue Christmas lights on that I unboxed last year on another video, and yeah, it looks really nice. But I would love to buy a real tree again, maybe take a year out and buy a real tree. But I've got lots and lots of lights. I've got too many lights actually. I had a lovely tree outside my front door that had to be cut down, unfortunately, because it was too big and too close to the house. And I used to dress it every year with lights, and it looked amazing. But since that's gone, I don't use any of the outdoor lights that I have. Such a shame, but I have planted something else in its place now, but it's a very slow growing kind of weeping willow tree. But anyway, that's a side note. And there we go. There is the Christmas Catalogue 2024. A few must-buys in there for me. Definitely this. But I do hope you've enjoyed joining me on this relaxing flick through the little Christmas Catalogue. I'm going to wish you all very well and say good night. And I hope you're getting all festive and planned for the Christmas events, which is not far away now. So thank you very much, and I will see you soon.